Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I am Steven, and I'm here alongside Andrew. We are Cal Gaming, and welcome to our playthrough of Mortal Kombat for the PS3.
And yes, we're going back to the fighting game genre. After my go of Injustice, it's Steven's turn for Mortal Kombat.
Yay! I'm taking the spotlight from everybody.
This is made by the same developers of the Injustice, actually.
Yeah, NetherRealm, who were initially Midway Studios.
Yeah, they were famous for the Mortal Kombat series all the way back in 1992, if I believe. And what we're seeing here is the end result of their latest 3D game, Mortal Kombat Armageddon, which came out in 2007, which, let's just say, was one of the worst Mortal Kombats.
I think the biggest problem with that was all the classic fatalities were gone. You had to pretty much create your own one.
And the fact that, like, some of the characters didn't even have names for their fighting styles, so you could tell it was a rush job.
Yeah. It had the most playable characters, though, and you could play as the bosses, which was kind of awesome.
But anyway, what happened in Armageddon is that everyone was fighting for this power that's on top of this pyramid, but as you can see, folks, everybody's dead, except Shao Kahn and Raiden.
Everybody's dead, Dave.
And there's Kenshi there, Melina, Quan Chi. There's zombie Liu Kang for once.
Raiden in Deception actually resurrected Liu Kang to fight for Earthrealm again, because he was killed by Quan Chi and Shang Tsung in Deadly Alliance.
Here he is, the cheap bastard.
Oh, Shao Kahn. I hate fighting Shao Kahn.
I think everybody hates fighting Shao Kahn.
Basically, Shao Kahn is this crazy warlord tyrant who loves to conquer realms and claim them for himself.
Does he ever take that cow skull off?
No, actually. I think in Annihilation he does, but Annihilation is awful.
Oh, is that the movies? Yeah.
Second movie. First one's actually kind of decent.
They masquerade as dragons.
That model of Shao Kahn's ripped right out of MK vs. DC.
Yeah. And Shao Kahn is voiced by Bob Carter in this game, who also voices Balrog in the Street Fighter 4 series onwards.
No, that game sucked.
Well, as the end of all things, because everybody's dead.
Isn't there a specific reason why Raiden's going for a dark motif here?
I think he went on a more ruthless path in order to keep Earthrealm safe in Deception, again, which is why he resurrected Liu Kang. In fact, zombie Liu Kang actually killed a bunch of innocent people when he first was resurrected.
Well, he was out of control from what I heard, until Ermac came along.
He still had all of his martial arts skills, though.
Bow to be Raiden, for I'm on fire.
I'm already on my knees. What more do you want from me?
He's praying for a week Starbucks coffee before he goes.
Just use Palpatine's lightning.
He must win.
Oh, that didn't sound horrible at all.
Can you imagine if the title just popped up there? Mortal Kombat.
No, fatality.
So what's happening, folks, is Raiden here is sent a message to his past self. So we're going to go all the way back to MK1.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We're going all the way through all three of the Mortal Kombat story arcs.
What's your history of Mortal Kombat?
My earliest memory is playing Deadly Alliance on the Xbox and GameCube. That was a really good time.
My first memory was actually MK vs. DC, but that's only because I was kind of curious at that point. But the game itself was mediocre, but it did give me a small interest in Mortal Kombat. It wasn't until this game it got me really into the series.
Yeah, I remember the build up for this. This game was everywhere back when it first released. Like, there was a lot of hype for this.
Aye. And here's the Mortal Kombat tournament. Basically, this is what the Earthrealm is on threat of being invaded by the Outworld. Basically, Outworld is another planet, which is pretty much evil planet, folks.
Yeah, Shao Kahn's the ruler there, and what's happening here is that Outworld has been trying for years to claim Earthrealm as their own and absorb it into Outworld, and the only defense Earthrealm has ever had from the Outworld forces is the Mortal Kombat tournament, which was created by the Elder Gods to give the mortals a chance to defend themselves. They have lost 9 times in a row. If they lose this 10th tournament, it's all over.
There you go, folks. Even the military and the United Air Force, or any Air Force in the entire world, is no match for the Outworld.
Yeah. We even have princesses here.
And this here is the host of the tournaments, Shang Tsung.
Look at my awesome mustache.
If you defeat all of your opponents, you will face one final challenge.
Don't know why he's got pupilless for his eyes. I don't recall you ever get that when you get older.
I think that's just for the ominous factor.
Probably. Apologies, folks. I'm suffering with the cold.
Teleportation, yeah. Skibbity doo bop, yeah.
And here we go, folks. This is the story mode. Now, for the way the story mode is structured, folks, if you're familiar with MK vs DC, it's structured exactly the same, where you take control of one character for a certain amount of time, then you control another character, and then you move on to another character. And this was going to be the standard structure for story mode for this game and any other future games, including the Injustice series.
In Mortal Kombat 10.
And first off, it's Johnny Cage. Off you go, Stevie.
One of my best characters, actually. We're fighting Reptile, who was initially a secret fighter in the original Mortal Kombat 1.
Yeah, I believe you had to get like I don't know if it was 1,000,000 points or if it was 50 wins in a row, and you had to find him at the bottom of the pit.
Kind of like Noob Saibot in Mortal Kombat 2. Wherever he beat you, he just goes, "You suck."
So how does Johnny Cage handle?
He's a rushdown character. He has a lot of good options at close range to really put the pressure on you. Now, basically, the gameplay, all the models are 3D, but it is entirely 2D, and you have your basic fighting game mechanics like basic pokes like square, triangle for your basic punches, X and circle for your basic kicks. And you also have special moves as well, just like any other game.
And what they've done with the bar, if you wonder what the bar is, folks, they've taken a Marvel vs. Capcom, right? Where your bar can go up to 3 times. If you have the first bar, you can do an enhanced version of your special moves. The second bar allows you to do a combo breaker. And if you leave your bar all the way up to the third, you can execute a brutal X-ray attack, which does tremendous amount of damage.
And you essentially cripple your enemy.
Yeah, if there's one thing that defies Mortal Kombat and makes it stand out from every other fighting game genre out there, it's the fatality system.
You can literally rip people to shreds.
Exactly. This can range from smashing them to the ground to ripping their heads right out of their shoulders.
Johnny Cage's second fatality, he literally karate chops their head in half and puts a film award in their brain.
Not if you're up against the special guest character in this game, Kratos from God of War. He just chops his head and that's it. Kratos doesn't even get a reward. Now, for those who are wondering who Johnny Cage is, basically he's your typical Hollywood actor who thinks he's the best, and he's convinced that this tournament is a movie set.
This is funny.
And I'm taking you down, I'm taking you down, I'm taking you out, I'm taking you out, and I'm taking you out for dinner.
He's the kind of character who everyone doesn't really like, but when it comes down to it, he is actually capable of being serious. Because he actually does have untapped potential. He just doesn't know it yet.
And it's his personality that gets in the way.
Okay. Nice.
I mean, this character design has even gone out of his way to tattoo his name on his chest.
Yeah, Katana brings that up in MK10 in her intro cinematic too.
And here we are is Baraka, introduced in Mortal Kombat 2.
The bane of everyone's existence when you try and jump in on him, because he has a really annoying special move where he kneels down and swings his blades up over and over and over, and it's an anti-air, and it's unblockable.
What he also is that he's an expendable racing from the Outworld called the Tarkatans, where they have fangs, very big fangs for teeth, and Wolverine claws.
Yeah. Expendable, right, because in the trailer for when Alien was first revealed from Mortal Kombat 10, it's actually Baraka being shown being killed by the chest burster in that trailer. The enhanced version of the Nut Punch does more damage.
I think that's Johnny Cage's classic move, the Nut Punch.
Yeah. He's had it since Mortal Kombat 1, actually. That was back in the day, all the characters were digitized people actually put into the game.
Digitized actors. It's kind of funny actually when you think about it. Like, I'm not sure if this was true or not, but the guy who played Shao Kahn in the original Mortal Kombat 2 was barely 5 feet tall, so they had to digitally enhance his size to make him look bigger.
Yeah, right. Kill him.
Spoiler warning: we don't ever get to do fatalities in the story mode.
Aww.
Only in Mortal Kombat 10, for one instance, I believe.
Whoa.
Here's realizing that he's not gonna kill anyone.
Oh fuck, this is more serious than I thought it was.
The tournament will resume at dawn.
But now, Starbucks for everyone!
Where'd that hottie go?
I thought everyone just walks right by.
Yeah, as if nothing happened.
This is Raiden. He's the Thunder God charged with defending Earthrealm from evil threats like Outworld.
And here's Liu Kang.
He's essentially the chosen champion for the Shaolin warriors to represent them in the Mortal Kombat tournament. He is the strongest of the Earthrealm defenders.
Plus, I think he is considered the main character of Mortal Kombat.
The mascot, pretty much. Aside from Sub-Zero and Scorpion.
He was born with those blades.
And we got Richard Epcar here voicing Raiden. Wonderful actor.
He was also Joker in NetherRealm's interpretation of the DC games.
And MK vs. DC. He's perfect for Raiden. He has just the right amount of authority and firmness to really show that. And he's also a really good mentor type of character as well.
Look, guys, I'm an actor.
You know, for someone with Johnny Cage who likes to wear a shirt, can you not at least button his tie up?
Is really a threat? Call the military.
Liu Kang here is actually voiced by Tom Choi, who actually voices a random civilian you save during the events of Arkham Knight's story, which was kind of a surprise when I went through the game. I was like, oh, that's Liu Kang.
I was like that. I recognise that voice. Although, by the way, Liu Kang, you're missing half of your gear.
No, he's just showing off his awesome man pics.
His six-pack, you say?
Yeah.
I'm standing on it.
And here's the classic stage, the pit.
Yeah, introducing Mortal Kombat 2. That game also introduced the... No, wait, actually, the stage fatalities run Mortal Kombat 1 as well.
And this lovely lady here is Sonya Blade, a member of Special Forces, the United States military.
Listen, I've got serious.
Whoa!
Look at that hair clip.
No, but whoa.
Come on. A girl like you shouldn't be wandering.
Okay, what is it you said there, Miss Blade? You're no more to be hit on by some movie star. Explain the outfit.
Yeah, that's one of this game's biggest problems, is that the fan service on the female characters is quite ridiculous.
Yeah.
Another problem is filler fights in the story mode.
I mean, you can't take them seriously with them juggling like that.
Oh, you love Dead or Alive.
This stage actually was the very first time you can do a stage fatality in the original Mortal Kombat. I think it was the only stage that you could do a stage fatality.
No, Mortal Kombat 1 had a pet as well, with the spike pet with the severed head.
Aye, this is the stage.
Yeah.
That's
It was in Mortal Kombat 1 as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Ah.
You're not paying attention.
Nah.
That was the only time you could do a special stage where you could just uppercut them and then they fall into a pit of spikes.
The uppercut is one of the most damaging moves in your arsenal. You perform it by holding down and pressing triangle, but you leave yourself wide open to it if you mess or if it's blocked. Yeah,
Nice!
That's how you combo.
Wow, your uppercut her so fast she forward flipped.
That's one thing this game does to stop you from infinitely juggling it.
Just ended with a leg trip.
Not bad.
The leg trip was pretty abusable in the classic games, actually.
Well, this game it's just back in circle, isn't it?
Yeah, that's how it was in the originals too.
Need your help.
Fine. Have it your way. I'll just
Look at her
leave you to
ponytail clipping for her uniform there. And here's the Australian mercenary,
Hi,
Kano.
Kano. He's voiced by Michael McConaughey. He would go on to voice Barry in Resident Evil Revelations 2.
It's my
I think he went out of his way to get a cybernetic eye to make him look like a big man.
What, does he think he's the Terminator? I'll be back.
Well, he can shoot lasers from it. Well, he must have some really good upper body strength if he's able to hold that long. Little fact, actually, if you actually fall down that pit, folks, there will be some developers' heads on the spikes.
Yeah. It's even funnier in MK10 when you do a stage fatality. They fall down, one of the spikes rips their arm off first before they fall on the spikes.
SF is on the way. You won't get far.
Street Fighter?
No.
Where's Ryu and Ken? So you can.
I don't think they would do that actually if they were to cross over Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. They would have, for one, they would have to tone down the violence.
Yeah. There is actually a Tekken versus Street Fighter game on the way, but it's still in very, very early development.
I am the special effects.
Oh, cocky bastard, eh?
fight.
And here's Kano.
Oh,
Pretty much one of the more annoying characters to fight against, mainly because of that fucking cannonball.
yeah. It has instant start up. The thing is, if you know it's coming, you can block it and he will spin in the air.
Here's
And
the X-ray. Ooh.
my leg!
Ow!
My other leg! Ow.
That's one thing you gotta give this game prop for, is the sound department. Especially when it's the X-ray moves.
Oh, Dead Space 2 is really good with the sound design as well.
Johnny Cage.
I think that I saw some behind the scenes actually, what they did to get the squishy sound effects like blood and all that, is that they would get fruit into a watermelon and then squeeze it and squish it and then record the sounds.
Those sounds are even more like crazy in Mortal Kombat 10. no cannonball for you.
Oh, nice.
That's the enhanced version of the Force Ball.
Oh, you throw two of them.
Throw that on your...
Do you ever explain what that is? Is it like some sort of light energy source or something?
I'm not sure. Only Cage has that potential. And joke abort from Johnny there failed miserably at that.
And just like every other typical story, folks, you defeat the bad guy and then the girl's all over you.
Damsel in distress.
Big time arms dealers. Turns out
Welcome
he was
to every
really
Mario
good.
game ever made.
Peach
Kidnapped. Go save.
Yeah, exactly. Peach needs to step up her security.
Special
There was a
forces.
game called Super Princess Peach where they had her go through all these different like mood swings as different abilities. It's kind of ridiculous actually.
Damn.
He can't be far.
He'll have to
One thing you'll notice about it, folks, especially with most of the characters, that all of them share the same body type.
Yeah, it's especially noticeable with the female characters
Obviously, because of fan
because of the bust
service.
size.
Yeah. Liking that ass. Next chapter, Sonya Blade.
Who I'm not very good with, unfortunately, so not this fight, but the fight afterwards is kind of one of my low points of a playthrough. No wait, the first double battle actually, because what this game does in the story mode, it sometimes puts you up against two characters at once, and you only have one life bar.
Then again, the original Mortal Kombat did have endurance rounds.
Yeah, and they were fucking infuriating as well.
Oh my god.
The difficulty in the original Mortal Kombat games cannot be
More
overstated.
conquer. What would coconuts conquer?
The difficulty in the classic games was just ridiculous. I have actually beaten all three of them on the Mortal Kombat Arcade Collection.
I've never had a chance to play them actually, but I would imagine they're better with multiplayer.
Yeah, because they're very frustrating single player. Even when you have the difficulty set to very easy, they're just ridiculously hard.
And here's one of the most recognizable characters in the entire series, Sub-Zero.
This is actually the Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat Mythologies.
This is Baihan Sub-Zero, the first one.
And that's Jameson Price voicing him.
Basically, Sub-Zero is a member of the Lin Kuei clan of assassins.
Yeah, they're essentially their own kind of ninja clan.
As for Sonya Blade, she's part of the military forces.
Military. When it comes to Sonya's playstyle, she has like all these sorts of basic pokes, but she also gets access to a special move called Military Stance, where she can do different kind of follow-up attacks in a special stance.
Nice pose. Where did she get the blaster? I don't see a pistol or holster in her.
Maybe she merged with it. Maybe she's a robot. Oh,
Sub-Zero's like, fuck you and you're flawless.
God damn it!
You know, that ice clone always catches you off guard, doesn't it?
It's even funnier in MK10 where you get the variations and you can actually throw it at people. Yeah, the mid-air cartwheel that I'm doing there, you'll want to use that to get over projectiles, because you just fly right over them.
Aye, but that's a long distance attack.
Yeah. That's where people mostly try and use the projectiles to zone you out though.
Or in case if you play online, you get spammers who do nothing but that. Oh!
Yeah, I had that with Jackie not too long ago in MK10. You know, the wrist cannon she gets.
Aye. How are you still standing after getting your liver frozen, crushed, and your head skull
That's
crushed?
straight up fatality.
Yeah, exactly.
Done. We're leaving. Stand in my way and I'll kick your ass.
Challenge?
Wow, they have to censor language considering that they went out of the way to give blood, guts, and gore.
No.
Walking Dead's pretty crazy with that, actually.
No, you will not be the one to kick Shang Tsung in the foot.
Hi, filler fight. Seriously, there's no point to this one.
Yeah, this might as well just been a cutscene. I love that move of Raiden there where he does that little sound effect where you can not tell what he's saying.
I want a brand new car!
Give me my money!
It's like the Chihuahua in Resident Evil 6, where it sounds like they're saying, "Where's my tobacco?"
Or it could be saying, I don't know if it's in MK4 or MK Gold, but maybe he says something along the lines of, and I got him a new car!
Or in Resident Evil 5, the Magini want me to drink this Kool-Aid. They keep shouting Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid!
what we're fighting, the stage we're fighting here is Goro's lair. Goro was essentially the first mini-boss in Mortal Kombat.
Oh, we'll be seeing him later, and he's just as annoying to fight in this game as he was in the original. Because he gets a lot of hyper armor on his attacks, where basically you hit him, you do the damage, but he doesn't get knocked out of the animation.
I know this game is full of nostalgia in NetherRealm, but there are some certain things where you just leave in the past.
Oh, like Shao Kahn. Shao Kahn is the absolute worst.
And there's her move. I remember one of Sonya's classic fatalities was the Kiss of Death, where she would literally kiss a fiery love heart, which will burn you right down to a skeleton. Yeah.
Women are scary. Don't make them angry.
True.
Shield your eyes.
What?
Cover that chest of yours. It's ridiculous.
I'm blinded.
I'm convinced that I'm sure that at least the female voice actors who were hired to do these voices, that they would have given concept arts to see what their character looks like. They must have commented saying how ridiculous the chest exposure is.
Oh, the amount of anime they need to do is crazy.
Aided their escape.
You allowed them to escape.
Right.
They will not get far.
We'll see how far we get in the next part, folks.